Greetings from Tyra Francis and Star Hollywood. We will be presenting on the themes of friendship, loyalty, and love within the novel Balzac and the Little Chinese Seamstress by Chinese-French novelist and director De C.G. We will focus on the friendship between the narrator Ma and Lu in the book and film. At the same time, we will see how this coming-of-age relationship goes through trials, but how their actions change the little seamstress in the novel and later make them realize how they failed to compromise. The relationship between Ma and Lu illustrates how the power of friendship can assist you in coping during difficult situations, but also shows the reality behind the trials of love, loyalty, and friendship. And we will be focusing on how the boys' relationship shifted throughout their journey of having romantic admiration and intimate feelings for the little Chinese seamstress. For context, the novel is set in 1971 during the Chinese Cultural Revolution, where the government aimed to abolish and destroy any art, music, or literature that did not support communist ideals. During this era, Chairman Mao, the People's Republic of China's revolutionary leader, was responsible for closing China's universities and schools, and later forcing all citizens considered intellectuals and reactionaries into a forced removal and re-education program, whereby they were either publicly humiliated and jailed if adults, or sent to rural, remote villages to work in fields and mines. Re-education meant that art, music, and literature were either banned completely or altered to pay respect to Chairman Mao. The communist aims led to the educated class being put into jail, imprisoned in work camps, and led to their children being placed into re-education camps to remold their thinking. We see how this directly affects the boys' lives. To complete the re-education process, the government's aims was for young adolescents to experience the rural life of peasants and engage in hard labor. During the re-education journey, the boys meet the little Chinese seamstress, who is the daughter of the only tailor in the region, and is described as unbelievably beautiful and having fine features, almost noble. The presence of the little seamstress leads the boys to experience feelings of jealousy, lust, and euphoria. The boys' first interaction with the villagers showcases the brotherly bond between Ma and Lu. Once Lu covers for Ma and his violin upon arriving at the isolated village for re-education, the village headman starts interrogating Ma about the purpose of the violin. On the spot, Lu deceives the headman by lying about Ma's violin song name, for the sole purpose of Ma being able to keep his violin with him. On page 5 of the novel, in paragraph 13, according to the text, Mozart is thinking of Chairman Mao. Lu broke in. The audacity! But it worked. As if he had heard something miraculous, the headman's menacing look softened. He crinkled up his eyes in a wide, beatific smile. During this time, if you were caught lying about the origins and purpose of a Western item, they would burn the item without hesitation. This shows the risk that Lu is willing to take to cover for Ma as they are in their re-education life, and shows how the boys outsmart the villagers together, greatly strengthening their friendship as they are in a new isolated place. Therefore, once the little seamstress is introduced to the boys, the shift starts between Ma and Lu's friendship, and their bond is tested by their feelings that come into play as they are attracted to the little seamstress. In chapter 3 on page 27, the text states, "On the way I asked Lu, 'Did you fancy her, little seamstress?' He plodded on with bowed head, taking his time to reply. 'Have you fallen in love with her?' I persisted. 'She's not civilized, at least not enough for me.' This interaction establishes foreshadowing of Lu's future actions of re-educating the little seamstress. Concluding, the boys' friendship and loyalty will also encounter a shift once one of the boys starts to get into a relationship with the little seamstress, which complicates the dynamic between Lu and Ma. For instance, Ma establishes that he has a strong bond with Lu to the point that he considers his friend's opinion when he comes into conflict with pursuing the same person. And he still cares for his friend. His actions speak that he has a strong brotherly bond, which he will consider and comply with Lu's requests and opinions. In chapter 4 of Balzac and the Little Chinese Seamstress, the novel states, "Do you really want me to keep on flogging you? Yes, it'll warm me up." Before complying with his wish, I thought I would retrieve the fallen cigarette and let him have a good smoke first. This part of the story also highlights how Ma is a loyal friend at this point in time. Regarding the boys' brotherly bond, the power of friendship and loyalty is at a peak once the boys start facing the obstacle of coal mines and when Lu catches malaria. The brotherly bond between Lu and Ma starts to come to a peak once the boys realize the seriousness of their situation. They are aware of the fact that if they do anything that causes the villagers to think that they are not being re-educated, then they are never going back home. In chapter 4, on page 30, Ma states, "I have become infected by the same idea as Lu. From that day on, I shared his terror of not leaving the place alive." In chapter 5, page 34 to 36, this text states, "I managed to light a fire with some twigs and dead leaves and made him sit next to it. But instead of warming up, he felt colder than ever. I would persuade him to rest a while until the fever subsided." The dread that is experienced by both boys brings out how much the boys really care for one another, while also emphasizing how the power of friendship and loyalty can soothe the tension that both characters feel when they are put in a difficult spot. At the same time, Ma's actions directly state that he cares for his companion and that they are becoming closer. This relates with another novel, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, and Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix by J.K. Rowling. When the characters Cedric Diggory and Harry Potter fall for the same girl, Cho Chang, and they both ask her to the Yule Ball, which she decides to go with Cedric as he had asked her before Harry. Of course, as Harry backs off due to the friendship that he shares with Cedric, their relationship flourishes as they help each other through the Tri-Wizard Tournament trials, with Harry notifying Cedric about the first trial being dragons, and Cedric returning the favor by helping Harry figure out how to unlock the secret message in the gold egg. Near the end of the novel, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Cedric sadly loses his life to Voldemort when being abracadabraed. During the 5th novel, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, due to Cedric being gone, Harry decides to try his luck with Cho Chang, and they do share a kiss in the Room of Requirement, displaying that when Cedric was alive, Harry illustrates his loyalty to him by trying not to snag his girl. Ultimately, these stories show that when friendships and romantic feelings collide, the choices we make define not only our relationships, but also our character. The novels reveal that while love can inspire deep joy, it can also bring tension and pain, especially when it involves people who care about the same person. Yet they demonstrate that genuine friendship does not have to be destroyed by romantic conflict. Instead, it requires honesty, communication, and a willingness to respect one another's feelings. By understanding the delicate balance between love and loyalty, we learn that it is possible to navigate these difficult situations without sacrificing the bonds that matter most. In the end, both friendship and love can coexist, but only when the individuals involved choose empathy over impulse and prioritize the relationships that have supported them from the beginning.